Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all for stopping by the live stream again. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Jacob J here. I thought I saw Michael Beecher Life somewhere back here saying he was checking in. Thank y'all so much for what you do for the channel. Any new viewers and subscribers watching for the first time, welcome. Any old heads, I see you, Roger Walker, 53 Shades Darker. I'm on my phone, so be patient with me. I saw Jack on here. Jack, I returned your email, and I don't know, 3 may be too late because of the bus ride back. But we're checking out of here at 12. So if you can do 12, 12:30, something like that, we'd be happy because Maryland's with us. So you can bring Jack. Anybody catching us on the replay, welcome again, everybody. Did y'all say there was no audio? Hold on. Let me check. Okay, wait. Yeah, it says audio. Can y'all hear me now? Hey, good morning. Hey, welcome. Okay, Eric. Well, can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Because I don't know if you can or not. Okay, audio is fine. Thank you. The plan is to leave the rat race by any means necessary. I got that because the guy was all in my comments. He says, why do you always talk about jumping off the hamster wheel and leaving the rat race? Well, that's the theme of my blogs, really. I talk about a whole lot of stuff, but that's the theme. I believe that's why people relate to me and my videos resonate with people. You know, we're sick of working from 9 to 5. We've been doing it for 34 years of our life. It's time for something different. So, yeah, that's my theme, and that's what we're going to talk about today. That's the plan, but a lot of us don't even have a plan. That's my first question. Do you even have a plan? And if you don't, then why not? You know, what are you waiting on? I even did some research on that. You know, why do people wait to the last minute? And guess what I came up with? There's something called retirement anxiety that I never even heard of before until last night. And it's the concern or worry experienced by people yet to retire about the prospect of retiring. Now, it's a great explanation, but it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, what are you working all your life for? Isn't that the goal, to eventually retire? I don't understand that. But it says, you know, the things we were talking about before, how will I fill my time? You know, what I'm going to do with my time? What can I do now? I've got all day. Your loss of identity. We didn't talk about this, but I've talked about it before. You know, you got that identity with being a supervisor on the job, or working for a motor company, own my own business. Well, when all that's gone, that loss of identity, a lot of people can't handle that. And then, of course, finances. Music says, drop a like. What's up, Sammy? Man, I saw that fancy hotel you reserved for me in Engley City for the meet and greet, man. I feel guilty about that. I'm like, I'm in the tip top right now. You know, I'm a 2-star guy. Merle was like, did he already pay for that? You know, because she freaks out. Anything over 500 pesos and she freaks out. Hey, Verdell. Hey, thank you, Sam. He says, this is just so I've got a screwed up situation here. But man, we saw that and we were like, wow. But thank you, brother. I always ask y'all, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? But that retirement anxiety, a lot of us are worried. We work all these years and then we don't have a plan. Okay. Transamerica, y'all have heard of Transamerica. I've never worked for them, but they recently published a survey. The three biggest concerns people have about retirement. Of course, money is number one. But up here, I did some more research. It says if running out of money is the number one concern, how do you deal with that? Well, you have an effective retirement or pension plan. That's why a plan is important. And then it says stress comes with a lack of money at any age. But number two is that this is crazy. I don't even worry about this one, but people do. Social Security will be reduced or cease to exist in the future. I don't lose any sleep on over that, but it could be it. And of course, health and healthcare. I mean, and I shoved this down your throat. I walk from San Carlos City to Debunking. I upload workout videos all the time. Remember, you don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but do something, okay? But the plan is to leave the rat race by any means necessary. What's up, Mo? Yeah. You said, good morning, Brother Cal, by any means necessary. That's right. That's what we're going to talk about today. So tell me y'all's plans. Or do you have a plan? He says, why do you work? So you can stop working. Perfect. Where's this guy at? I got to put this up here. He said, why do you work? So you can stop working. This is my whole point, Rick. I don't understand it, but people do have their retirement anxiety. I know Mo's ready to jump off that damn wheel. What's up, Joe Boyce and Calvin the Louisville Slugger? Hello from Central Texas. Thank you. Walter Wadlington said, people without a plan or pension worry about Social Security. Hello. Yeah. John says, I'm applying for my Social Security Friday. I hear you. But a lot of us, what are you afraid of? I don't understand that. What are you afraid of, man? It's so beautiful out here. I talked about true freedom yesterday. It takes some time to get used to. Okay, it's going to feel funny at first when you really out here calling your shots for real. I mean, everything is on you because you're not doing that now. You only think you're doing that now. You're setting your schedule around your hamster wheel. You don't have true freedom over that because you have to go to work. A lot of you do. But true freedom is something totally different, man. When you got to set the schedule for the day, everything's on you. It seems funny at first because you get up and it's like, well, the alarm clock don't go off. Your phone's not ringing. I seen 53 Shades Dark on her. Congratulations on your channel, man. Keep putting out the content. Stylist over 60 said, Calvin, in the fourth quarter, I'm in the fourth quarter of my life, and getting off the hamster wheel is priority number one. I thought you were already off the hamster wheel, Stylist over 60. Joe Porter says, generally, people aren't aware. If you want to make investing available to them, you have to sit down and talk with them. Okay, it says, you might have to actually explain and guide a coworker in shutting it up. What is he saying? Most says, Brother Cal, with rising interest rates, income annuities are offering lifetime income at very good rates. It's important to seek a trusted advisor before buying an income annuity. Thanks, Mo, for that information. See, this is what this community is about. We got insurance agents on here We got healthcare professionals on here. We've got travel agents. We've got the whole gamut on here, man, to help you get a plan together. It don't cost you nothing to discuss it on here, but if you're just going to sit back and be quiet and don't participate or don't ask questions, I mean, how can we help you? Hey, Ryan, the Eden Warrior, thanks for that super chat. He said, sadly, Social Security won't be a thing by the time it's available to me. I'm 33. I hope it is, because I'd be pissed off. If it's not, there's going to have to be something to take its place, Ryan. I mean, because where would all that money go? I have an idea of where it's going. But come on, man, what is some of y'all's plans? You know, a lot of guys ask me all the time, I've got 2,200 in Social Security and 40,000 in savings. Is that going to be enough? Geechee Lion says, as a lifelong financial person in my career, money handling is critical. Yeah, I would say it is. But it doesn't mean be cheap, Geechee Lion. It doesn't mean cheating yourself. Because at some point, I'm going to be like Cornelius Mack. At some point, I'm going to enter my spending stage. I've worked my whole life. I've saved my whole life. To hell with investing. But if I'm 60, if I'm 55, 48, 33, like Ryan said, then I'm looking into that income annuity that Mo is talking about. But if I'm 70, if I'm 75, I'm spending, man. You know. Elat says, can a sister get some love, Cal? Hey, what's up, Elat? You know, Johnny and Ronnie reached out to me. You would come over here, you would fit right in with them and others. Elat, you know we love you. Cedric Dewberry says, I didn't have a plan until 2018 after I discovered the Philippines. I was working my ass off, 10 to 12 hours a day. I pulled the trigger May of 2022. I'm here in Pang Lao enjoying life. Wow, I love Pang Lao. I know Michael Beach of Life lives somewhere near there. But yeah, guys, you know, the plan is to lead by any means necessary. A lot of people don't even have, you really don't have to have a plan. I would suggest you do, but if you got enough Social Security and you can come to a place where your money's going to stretch a lot farther than it does at home, well, that would be a plan to move somewhere where my money's going to last longer, because that's the number one reason people are afraid to retire. They're going to outlive their money. Well, if you come someplace where your money lasts longer, here, you know, I was telling Geechee Land, I'm going to show him when we get back. Well, it'll be on Saturday. I'm going to show him that apartment that I put up on my YouTube channel. It's 10,000 pesos a month. I mean, and by the time you pay about 5,000 for electric, about 300 for your water, you know, and another 1,000 for your cable and utilities, you're looking at about 17,000, and that's it, other than your food and your immigration. Frank said most men die within 5 years after retirement because they don't stay active. Get up and start living. Do something with your time. Man, that's excellent. That's excellent comment right there. You know, Mo's mother, I met her for the first time a couple of weeks ago. And that's what she told me. She said the keys to staying young is stay active and give back. She's in her 80s, man, and she gets around well. She doesn't need a cane. She's in her right mind. And we were in that jeepney for about 30 minutes, man, and she filled me up with some wisdom, but that's two things that she said. See, that could even be a plan. Get active, man. start living, because you're certainly dying. We had Geechee Line on we coached them into getting up there and singing last night on the boulevard. Now, Geechee Line, I'm gonna tell you something. He may have a career. This man sounds like Elvis Presley. And that's what people were really shocked. They were really impressed. I saw a couple of women, older women, get up and pull out their cameras and start videotaping Geechee Line. But that next song you did, Geechee Line, it didn't hit. That Don't Go Changing, Trying to Please Me, that Barry White version. But Elvis, man, you sound a whole lot like Elvis, brother. I mean it. You may have a career doing that. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Geechee's family trying to, put his eggs together, man. I was worried about him at first, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Long as he's around me, he's going to be okay. I'm his pseudo babysitter right now, but once he leaves the nest, I think he's leaving Sunday morning. He's going to be on his own out there. I hope he's got a plan, because people are watching, and you could be a victim over here. Hey, Stylish over 60 says, Calvin, yeah, I'm retired, but I need to get my ducks in a row so I can eventually move to the Philippines. I'm currently a caretaker for my elderly parents. Okay, I need to sell property here in the USA. Yeah, do what you got to do. See, that's part of your plan. I've got to take care of my parents and get rid of this property in the United States, and then I'm going to do this, X, Y, Z. But yeah, see, you got that to do. My parents have been gone for a long, long time. Sadly, man, they died young, man. My father was 61. My mother was 62. I mean, when I think about that, man, I don't know. It breaks my heart. Like, they had so much living left. Now that I'm 60, I'm like, wow, I know my father was young. That's why he was so angry. My mother said, yeah, because he don't want to die. That's why he's angry. And we don't know what's on that other side, y'all. This is what I'm trying to say. Remember, one of my favorite quotes is from William Shakespeare. He says, what little we know of death, life should be a paradise. I was talking about this with Marilyn yesterday, not about that, but about when her friend, she recently had a young man, and this guy had a great job. He was a diver. And one of those Middle Eastern countries making good money, man. I mean, he was an underwater well or whatever it was, but he committed suicide. And I'm saying, we know we're going to die. Why don't we love deeper? Why don't we forgive more? Why don't we attempt to do more things? Why do we just sit around like we're going to live to be 1,000 years old? It doesn't make sense to me. Hey, thank you, Brian, Ian Warren, for the super chat. He said, due to my work, if I were to come to the Philippines with 400 to 500,000, would it be reasonable to live off that humbly for 20 to 40 years, starting to set up my future escape? LOL. Now you're 33, so you're 30. So, if you had 500,000 and just say you're going to spend 2,000 US per month, that would be 24,000 per year. Now, of course, that 500,000 is going to be getting some interest somewhere, surely, an interest-bearing account. You're looking at probably 25 years there, okay? And, of course, you're going to save some money, too. You're not going to spend all that. Well, at 33, you probably would. 33, you probably have to go up to about 3,000 per month. So you're looking at about 20 years. So that would give you 53. But surely by that time, you could come up with something. See, if I had 500,000, I'm in your situation, and I come over here, maybe I'll buy me 1 or 2 condominiums and then rent those out and have some type of income. I would look into doing something like that. Yeah, he says, Ryan, just leave that money in the U.S. in a high yield savings account and live off the interest. Yeah, but what would be a high interest? What are you talking about, a high yield savings account? What would be the interest he's living off of? Do you think he's going to get 10%? If he's getting something like 10%, there's going to be risk involved with that. But he's 33, so he can take those risks because he can recoup. He'll have time to recoup his money. All things being equal, somebody like me, as we get older, my risk goes down. I'm being more conservative. Tracy Harris said, Calvin, I pulled the trigger and I moved to the Philippines. Are you here now? Tom Freeman says, I appreciate your N-word vid, Cal. I've had multiple ex-Filipinos dropping on me. Yeah, I think people took that video and took it in their own direction, whatever direction they wanted to take it. Okay. The gentleman said that his ex was so mad at him that she called him that and said, hey, Cal, has this ever happened to you? He said, because I never hear you talking about that. And it did happen to me one time. But here's what people didn't hear in that video. I said that Filipinos mean no harm when they call you a Negro, even though it makes us feel bad. It makes me feel bad. Listen, guys, go on Yahoo right now. No, yeah, Yahoo. TMZ. A white lady just lost her job for going off on some Germans, telling them to go back home and get out of our country. This is a white lady talking to other white people, Germans, and she lost her job. Y'all think I'm over here yapping. If they go into America and they call somebody a Negro, they're going to get in trouble, big trouble. I mean, it was just happened today. I showed Marilyn, I said, I'm going to put this on my live stream. I'm glad you brought this up because I had forgotten. A white lady stood up, they called it a xenophobic rant, and she lost her job. Boy, she was lucky, that's all she lost. But that's what I was using it as a teaching moment to the brothers and sisters coming over and say, hey, they still call us Negroes over here. That word is not used in America. Okay, it's inappropriate over there. But they don't mean anything bad over here. Remember, the Philippines it's literally on an island by itself. Most of the people never go anywhere. Like 1 out of 10 Filipinos travel overseas. It's usually for work, something like that. But that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, it's been called to me, even to this day. Yeah, she's with that Negro, or there's a Negro, and it just makes me cringe and it hurts my feelings, but I keep going because I know they don't really mean harm back. He said, Bob, that's also what I'm considering. He said, Geechee, don't be hesitant to leave past USA experience in the past. Concentrate on a new beginning. It helps to be lighthearted. You don't have to sell everything. Yeah, I think Geechee Land just needs to loosen up more. From what I'm looking at him, I told him the day before when we were in Whispering Pops, I said, man, you're getting a face-to-face consultation with me. It don't get any better than that. I said, if you do some of this stuff I'm suggesting you do, you're going to be okay. But at the end of the day, you're a grown man, but loosen up is one thing. I mean, when the bus driver asked him for his money, he's going all down. He looks like an old woman going down and getting his money, pulling it out. I'm like, dude, you can't live like that over here. Pull the damn money out and pay him. I keep it in your damn pocket. Pull it out. He said, when I was recording my first album, the engineer called me Elvis. You sound like Elvis. Okay. Frank Ellis said, Dick Buckley's died today at 80. Yeah, the time's not running out, but your life is. Okay. Every day is judgment day for somebody. Yeah, this is a good idea. He says, I'm not selling my house. I'm giving it to a rental agency for added income and in case things go sideways. Yeah, you got to have some kind of plan. Jack said, Mo, where you at, my friend? He said, I'm 41. I'm looking to build up to get the hell out. Yeah, that's a plan by any means necessary. Some people have a plan. They're going to walk in Walmart with a cup of water and spill it on the ground, slip and fall and sue Walmart. Yeah, Dick Butkus. Not Mr. Howell. Hell, Mr. Howell would be 80. Dick Butkus is a football player. You got that mixed up. Well, I already talked to him about that. Hopefully he did. I'll be damned if we didn't walk into JRC yesterday to get our extension, and they got a big screen TV, and they running a video with her and the owner. But I asked him to cool down on that. I hope he's listening because he may have already stepped over the line. If that woman complains, man, he's done. His stay over here is going to be short. I mean, a woman's not looking at you. I mean, let's let that go. Okay, I took him on the boulevard yesterday. There was simply a parade of beautiful women walking by, every age group. Okay, you don't need to be doing that. Okay, I mean, I don't know what it is about Debunking. I guess because it's a college town. It's not as big as some of those other places. There's just some knockout gorgeous women, man. All you got to do is sit on that boulevard or just walk around and get your exercise. You're going to see some stunners, man. And, that's all he has to do. And then you'll see the guys coming along. We didn't see many foreigners, but the ones we did, they was usually with women. Most of them, these foreigners, that's why I say you can't go by the YouTube channels because these foreigners, they had like older women. If the man was 60 plus, the woman looked like she was 40 plus. I seen like 3 couples like that yesterday. And of course, me and Merlin, but they're there, man. I mean, I've seen some women yesterday. I'm like, wow, are you a Filipina? Are you a sister? Al Rogan says buy an annuity. Yeah, but you better do your research on those annuities. If he's got that 500,000, he could talk to Mo. Oh, okay. Bob Newhouse said, Calvin, high yield interest is 4 to 5%. You can live comfortably off interest. Oh, yeah, from a 775,000 that's there. Yeah, I think he said 400 to 500,000. Yeah, that's good interest though. He says, have you met the regular guy? I have. He actually stayed at the guest house one night. I didn't know who he was until I got into the taxi. Because when I picked him up, I went to pick him up at the bus terminal. And I just thought he was just a regular guy coming through St. Carlos City. But then I'm in the back of the tricycle. He's in the front, and we're talking. And he turned around and said, yeah, I'm trying to get my YouTube channel to grow. It wasn't as big as it is now. I mean, he's big now. And he said, yeah, I'm the regular guy. And I was like, oh, okay. And I put it together. Yeah, I met him. He's a cool guy. Well, not really. He said Louisville's a helped up place to grow. It wasn't really. I was young growing up, of course, so you didn't understand a whole lot of things that was going on. It was very segregated, but when you're young, you don't really know that. You don't notice it. And then, the busing came and all that, but it's just so bad now in certain areas of Louisville. I mean, when they, remember the first mass shooting, one of the first mass shootings that got the media's attention was right in Louisville. When the man went to work, stand-up Gravure shootings. He went to work with that 9mm and killed 9 people and killed himself. That was one of the first ones, those work-related shootings. Then after that, a bunch of post office shootings. But Louisville, for the most part, is an okay place, really. Rick Hart says, I put $500,000 in a lifetime annuity calculator. It says they pay $2,400 a month. Wow. Now that would be something to think about. Like I said, Mo, that's his specialty. He said, what's the best way to get started? You know, I think I've answered this question for you before. Make sure you got some money. That's the first thing. Okay, make sure you got money to stay over here. But remember, Mike, you can come over here on vacation. Buy the ticket, get on a plane, and come on over here. If you know, for 2 weeks, I would bring $1,000 for each week. You know, plus my airfare, of course. And you're going to be okay. That would be the first thing: is come over here and kind of get your feet wet. I mean, it's not rocket science. But if you're talking about living here, man, you got to have some money over here. Remember my saying, it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than where you coming from. Yeah, old Dick Buckers, boy. I would hate to play in his day. There wasn't all this old touch football that they're doing in the NFL now. He would tear your damn head off. Yeah, but see, here's where y'all get this wrong, and we'll go on from this. We're not going to stay stuck on this. He said Connecticut is a effed up place. It's the highest state for welfare and government help. Well, no. Very little of your tax dollars goes to welfare, okay? If you really want to know where your tax dollars go to, look it up. Very little of it goes to welfare, all right? And this is where Americans, we're so dumbed down. We'll believe whatever people tell us. We don't read. We don't look up anything. 35% of us get our news from Facebook. That's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's not, okay. Most of your tax dollars is going to the military industrial complex. That's where it's going. Okay, and then corporate welfare is a whole lot more than this welfare that you're talking about to needy families and disabled people. Okay, so how do you want us to spend our tax dollars, John? Hey, Jack, he said, love your shirt, Cal. I'm an Army of One. Yeah, Sam Champion gave me this. He sent me this. It's one of my favorite shirts because, you know, the material and it fits me, man. But yeah, let's get off that stuff because you guys, man, y'all don't know nothing about where your money's going. Yeah, he needs to loosen up. That's what he needs to do because he's over here now. He's got everything set up for him, you know. But he needs to loosen up because, you know, going down in your pocket, you look like an old lady, you know how you do it, thinking all day. And Merlin's sitting there looking like, will he hurry up? He's got 3 phones he's carrying with him, and, you know, he's just, loosen up, man. You're in the Philippines. Nobody's going to bother you. They're probably going to help you, if anything. Hey, 8,000 miles away. He said, Calvin, once again, congrats on your incredible walk to Dumageddon. You still continue to be the most realistic YouTubers in the game. I hope my channel resonates as well as yours. Hey, thank you, man. And, you know, you welcome to come on the panel at any time. If Jeffrey Chatter, if you could, I mean, not Jeffrey Chatter, that's my buddy from Okinawa. You can put my email up. Just send me an email, man. I'll put you on an interview or whatever it is to help you. But, you know, the thing about resonating your channel is you have to be real. You can't be afraid to open up about your real life and your real life struggles and successes, because that's the only way people are going to relate to you. I was telling Geechee Lion the same thing, because he was like, man, you talk about being on crack. I would never do that. I'm afraid. I'm like, well, if somebody's going to tell my story, let me tell it. I said, there's not one person watching me right now who either hasn't smoked crack, knows somebody on crack, or recovering from crack their damn self. They can relate to stuff like that. They can relate to divorce. They can relate to being tempted by young women and, not being able to, fight that off. See, but if my story's going to be told, I'm going to tell it, though. I'm not going to let some troll come behind me. Oh, did y'all know that Calvin this and Calvin that? No, that's why you don't see them. You don't see that type of information out there about me. R says, what's your internet speed? Now, okay, I've got 150 Mbps in San Carlos City. I'm in a hotel now. I don't know what they're dealing with. He says, do you have many internet outages? I probably have about one every 6 months. And now when you're in Cebu and those other big places, it's different. Now they have a lot of brownouts here in Debunking. I don't know why. See, that's why Pumpkin Joe Phillips experienced why his channel was so important. Because he wasn't talking about dating and all of that. He was talking about everyday life in Debunking. These other channels, all they're talking about is dating, man. It's like, I gotta know something more about Debunking in the Philippines besides dating. Are there brownouts? How long do they last? And on my video today, I was talking about it's dangerous in Negros Oriental. Believe it or not, before I did my walk, a lot of Filipinos messaged me. They were worried. Well, actually, one lady came to my house. She was worried about me walking there. She said, Calvin, you get to Negros Oriental, it's really dangerous there. But I have to say it's more dangerous for foreigners. I mean, for locals than it is for foreigners. Okay. And, because a lot of it's politically, motivated, government motivated, and all that kind of stuff. But it got so bad here that they were thinking about martial law. But I'm the only one going to tell you there's one crime rate for locals and one for foreigners. The one for foreigners is the one you need to pay attention to. Okay? Because I've never had any problems here. Now, Jack, he lives here now. He could tell you. Nobody's going to bother you, but if you get involved in certain things, you may have to be worried, like the guy up in Valencia. Remember, he kills the mayor's brother. He allegedly was involved with the murder of the mayor's brother. But they lock him up and they let him out on a technicality. They killed him, his wife, and his girlfriend. His wife, her only crime was going to pick him up and get him out of jail. Hey, Lucius81 said, what's up, Cal? I'm in Makati, BGC area, and loving it, man. It's been over a month, and I'm soaking it up. I've been there one time, a guy, Mark, a subscriber, man. He's a friend now. He took me there. It's the first time and the only time I've ever been to BGC, and I was impressed. Now, I don't believe with my salary I could afford to live there. Malloy West says, truly wish I could speed up the time frame. Well, you don't want to enjoy your life, man. You don't want to speed it up. Just do the things you need to do so when you're ready, you can get out of there. But don't speed your life up, man. Gerald Wilkins said, guys and girls, the guys and gals, why is it so complicated to give Calvin a thumbs up? Click. If you appreciate the discussion, click the thumbs up button. It makes sense to me, man. But, you know, he says, I'm contemplating a month-long sojourn in the Philippines. Might you advise what preparations a gentleman like myself should make for this endeavor? Yeah. You're coming here, what is like an exploration trip, right? I would fly into Cebu. I would check that out. I would check out, I would go to each island. Luzon, which is Manila, English City, that area. Spend a week up there, maybe a week in Cebu and the surrounding areas, then maybe a week down in Davao and hit those little general spots over there like General Santos, Cagayan de Oro. But, you know, the preparation would be make sure you look at the weather wherever you're going. Geechee Lion is going to Cloven next. And guys, if you ever go anywhere near that eastern Visayas region, to Cloven, Lady, Samar, you need to watch the weather. You know, have money. You know, if you're going to be here a month, I always say 1,000 per week, about 1,000 per week. Bring some good sunscreen, 130. Light clothes. Even when I talk about light, I mean, you know, the dry fit, shorts, some nice, comfortable slippers and shoes, a hat, real sunglasses. Go ahead and spend $125, $150 for you a good pair of sunglasses, because the sun never goes out here. I mean, it's up at 7 all the way for the rest of the day, and it's really bright. You need that. And believe it or not, depending on what type of personality you got, remember, I'm against, the only reason I say don't let the girl meet you at the airport if you're somebody who can take care of yourself. If you can't, if you need, you know, if you need a babysitter, if you need a tour guide, then go ahead and meet somebody online and have her meet you at the airport. There's no shame in the game about that. There's no shame in your game. I just tell guys who can handle themselves that you're probably going to be stuck with her. But there's some guys, several guys that's come to visit me. They needed that woman at that airport. It would have made all the difference in the world. Okay? You know, because they say, oh, I'm going to meet somebody on my own. No, you're not. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. I'm sorry. What time is it? Travel says, I met regular guy. He's really cool and said you were one cool dude, Cal. Yeah, we only met each other. We hung around each other for actually 2 days, 1 night and 2 days. You know, I didn't interview him. He didn't interview me. He messaged me and said, you know, I didn't interview you. He says, you know, would you have been open to it? And I told him, yeah, but, you know, if it ain't there, it's not there. Yeah. And he says, is heat and humidity a problem? It is. I had to give him, I felt sorry for him. I gave him a rag. I gave him a washcloth. I said, Geechee Lion, you need this. And he's had it ever since. You need that over here. Hey, Gerald Wilkins says that Nappy Chef 35 said, thanks, Calvin's not getting millions from YouTube with the thumbs up click. His thoughtful discussions and videos are worth it. Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, those guys like that, I don't pay any attention to them because they don't know what they're talking about. You know, Mr. Beast, I told you, he earns 56 million, guys, on YouTube. I mean, I can't tell you anything else about that. That's a lot of money, man. That's more than these professional football players are earning. I mean, that's a Lamar Jackson contract, and he don't have to take them big hits. There's really no pressure on him. Lyle Bud said, "What's the deal about needing a round trip ticket?" I say buy a round trip ticket for your own protection, just in case Murphy's Law shows up. Now they've got some ways around that. Now you need either a round trip ticket or onward ticket. What I would do if you're gonna come over here, okay, my next visa run, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy a round trip from Manila to Bangkok and then an onward to Bangkok. So it won't draw any suspicion. It's not gonna be that much really. And I may need that ticket, but for somebody coming over here first, I would do that round trip ticket and then see how you're gonna like it. If you could do it for that return ticket for 3 months or whatever it is, and then extend it. I would. But yeah, I would do that round trip ticket, man. Because a lot of guys, they buy that, one way with the onward ticket, throw the throwaway ticket away, and then they end up needing it and can't get back home. He says, my female coworker has 3 kids with 3 different men and wants to find love in the Philippines. Well, I don't think it'll be a problem because she's got that visa. But more than likely, she's not going to find too much love over here. But anything's possible. King David said, "Do you ever think there will be a time when you ever stop doing YouTube?" I mean, what? No, not really. I mean, unless I get tired of it. But if you're able to build a YouTube channel, following, and it gets monetized where you can live off that, that's a talent. That's not something to shy away from. It's people in the Philippines. We're the only ones who, people make statements like, "Oh, well, if you didn't have a YouTube channel, you couldn't make it up. That's the only reason why you make it over there." As if it's so easy to do. No, you got to be talented to do that. When you see these guys with these channels and men and women and their channels is growing and they earn a little bit of money off that, that's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, as long as my channel is relevant, as long as it resonates with people, then of course I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, because remember I did the video the other day, only like 8.86% of YouTube channels even earn any money. Okay, 1.75% even have people have 10,000 subscribers. So it's something I enjoy doing. Did I ever think when I started my channel that I would ever get to this point? No, I didn't. But I knew I had a lot to share with people. I had a lot of experience to share. I just didn't know that the Philippines was so popular on YouTube, because that explains a lot of it, King David. But no, we're the only ones, we're scrutinized more than anybody else. And it's because you got a bunch of sick people out there. They're going to expose, the YouTubers over here. Like, they don't realize that the bad guys don't have YouTube channels. Does that make any sense? Okay. It's just that they're trying to ride our coattails to success. And y'all bang. Y'all clicking on this junk. It's junk, man. It's harassment. And I don't do it. And anytime I see people endorsing stuff like that, I let them know, man, you have no idea what you're doing. You're putting people's life in jeopardy when you click on that stuff. And to the people making videos like that, they know what they're doing. They know that they can get you killed over here putting out that false information, man. That's how dangerous that is. Okay? But y'all keep clicking on it because y'all think y'all can learn some more about these people. They're showing you what's out there. And what they're doing is nothing compared to the people who don't have YouTube channels. People who have YouTube channels and they're successful and people are watching them. Do you think they're dumb enough to do anything on there that's going to allow somebody to take it and run with it? They're making this stuff up, man. And they're talking about us earning money. And that's exactly what they want to do. You know, it's just a shame. Yeah, this is very little. It's very little, really. But we're misinformed. We're really misinformed. Hey, Miss Pee Wee Barnes in the Philippines. It's a beautiful day here in the Philippines. God bless you, sir. Thank you. It is. It's always a beautiful, real sunglasses over here. But yeah, let's get back to, do you have a plan? And if you don't, why don't you have a plan? Well, Geechee Land, he seems to be like he's not interested in women right now. He says he's not, but it's going to make all the difference in the world for him because I'm not going to be able to, after Sunday, he's going to be on his own, basically. He thinks he can handle it, but he can't. People are going to take advantage of him. There you go. There's my email 8,000 miles away. But yeah, they know that clickbait stuff will get you killed over here. See, it's one thing about the Philippines. I feel safe over here, but I don't feel protected. See, I feel safe. I don't feel protected like I do over in America. I feel safe. I know that more than likely nothing's going to happen to me. But when they put that stuff out there like that, and and you don't know how other people are going to receive that information, it could get you hurt over here. He says, do you recommend Manila, Cebu, or Zamboanga? I would say Cebu, then Manila, then Zamboanga. The only reason why Zamboanga is a real nice place, but they built these two big, gigantic malls right in the city proper, right around from each other, and it's just made the traffic. It's as bad. The traffic at certain times in Zamboanga is as bad as it is in Manila, in that city proper. But as far as the people, it's beautiful people there. I mean, they're so nice, man. Remember you're in Zamboanga, so you say, oh, well, what about the rebels and all that? They're not going to bother you in Zamboanga. There's too many witnesses, too many police, too much military. Okay? But I would go Cebu, Manila, Zamboanga in that order. And Zamboanga, because of that, traffic, man. Ryan Eatmore says, I thought the Philippines has some law about not being able to slander individuals. Yeah, but see, a lot of the people that you don't know where they're coming from. They're from outside the Philippines a lot of times. What they're doing. I mean, they don't know it's a dangerous game they're playing. And they're not exposing anything. They're not helping anything like they claim to be. They're just harassing people. They're trying to earn money off the backs of YouTubers over here. Nobody's doing anything over here, man. Trust me. There's nobody doing anything over here that the Filipino authorities don't already know about, and they're not and they're capable of shutting down on their own. You got these jealous people, man. That's all it is. I don't understand it, man. But they're playing a dangerous game. That's why they hide their faces and they create these voices and stuff. But then you got people who are coming out endorsing them. I'm like, dude, you're not exposing anybody. These guys aren't doing anything over here. You stupid. The bad guys don't have YouTube channels. You can shut all of us down, and the things that you're trying to protect is still going to be happening on a big scale. Golden Gate says, Calvin, we got to give you credit. You unselfishly gave new YouTubers a start. Sharon Lapu, True Girls, Q Adventures, and that lady who got ghosted by her husband. Oh, she got a YouTube channel now? Well, I help anybody because people help me. But don't turn around and stab me in the back. I saw, somebody sent me a link where Sharon Lapu, is talking about me. She's just mad because I won't give her an interview. I don't see anything. I don't owe her anything. She doesn't understand. I put you on the map, lady. Isn't that enough? You had 7 subscribers. Your boyfriend paid me $50. He said, hey, Cal, he wouldn't have had to give me that, but he gave it to me. He said, put her on your panel. Help her out because I feel guilty about what I did. And that's a whole other story. Now, how does she pay me back? Sends me nasty emails, tries to run with that 4F video. Now she makes another video. Man, it's not necessary. The other people, like Roger and Ismi, I pushed them out there. It's just a lot of people because I'm doing for people what somebody did for me. Now it's up to you to keep it going. Now, it's up for you. I can push them towards your channel, but you got to keep them because I've tried that before. Geechee Life's channel is growing since he's been over here. It helps when you're in the Philippines. Okay, they don't want to hear about somebody from Kentucky talking about the Philippines. But now that he's here, his channel is growing. Well, this is what your we respect your opinion, but opinions are like assholes. We all have them. Some are bigger than others. He says there are women in the United States that don't care what their husband makes and decent looking. What's going on here is made in similar romances. There's nothing wrong with that, but let's keep it above board. Well, we're not fooling anybody over here, but you can't tell us why we're here. Kamal says, identify your trolls who falsely report and seek prosecution. Well, see, that's what they want. They don't bother me because like I said, I put my story out there. I'm transparent anyway. But I'm just saying to y'all, when I see them doing it to other people, because they tried it with me. They see they wasn't going anywhere with it and they slowed down. They haven't stopped. But I ignore it. But when I see it done to other people who don't deserve it, it's like, come on, man, but y'all keep clicking on the stuff. These channels shouldn't even exist, man. Yeah, it is wrong. There's no need for that. Hey, Cubert, thanks for that super chat. I believe in you, Geechee Lang. Geechee Lang and P are the next Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, he's saying that he's done with that. R says first-time travelers might not be aware that cheap U.S. cell phones operate on different bands. iPhone and Google Pixel phones operate on U.S. and international bands. A cheap 5G Samsung will only do 3G. That's for anybody that comes over here with these cheap phones. Trevor says, y'all keep saying Geechee and the P. He does the same and worse to other vloggers. I would be very surprised if he doesn't end up in jail over there. His constant stalking of these YouTubers is scary. Yeah, I've talked to him about that. And I want to, and I think he's simmering down. He's got good intentions. It just comes off the wrong way. I'm here with Geechee Line. He's a good guy. It just seems like he's going over the top. I already told him, don't do it. They're taking it the wrong way. He's just a nice guy, really. Hey, Gerald Wilkins, he said, just want to thank you again, Calvin, as I've looked at several of your earlier videos and live streams. There's very good information for someone that's never traveled to the Philippines and is open to learn. And that's what my channel is, really for the new man and woman who's never been here before, who has an interest. Okay, but it seems like I attract guys who are already here or who've already been here. What's up, Alpina R? But yeah, I would say have a plan, because the guy said it's easy to have a plan. Well, you have to get started. You have to get started. He's a grown man, he's going to take what he wants and leave the rest. I was just telling him that even though you may not have evil intentions, you may have already stepped over the line, because we don't know where the line is over here. So he may have already stepped over the line. So I'm just saying, don't do it at all, because he was making me nervous yesterday in the JRC, kind of flirting with the lady behind the counter. I'm like, because he kept looking at me side-eyed because he knew I was watching him. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Just tell her your information, give her your money, and get the hell out of here. It happened so fast, because he wanted to stay there and talk. It was too early. He said it was too quick. And he got out of there. But I don't know. We just got to be careful. Guys, don't come over here with that. They're already looking for us to do stuff like that. Okay. Anthony Thomas says the plan is to leave the rat race by any means necessary. Yeah, that's the topic. Now, he's not going to be the David Bond, because he doesn't have the persuasion and everything that David Bond has. But I don't really watch David Bond. I've never. He only came to my attention with one of them, exposés, and I didn't even look at it. I'm like, well, who's David Bond? I went to his channel. I'm like, well, what is he doing? He's just, they have to understand that a lot of these YouTube channels is entertainment. It's what y'all want to see, because y'all live through these guys. So what, he's got 2 girlfriends or something? And the whole point of these guys, these police, that wanted to say that we're taking advantage of Filipino women. But I can guarantee you this. I'm going on record as saying this. There's more Filipinos taking advantage of foreigners than there is foreigners taking advantage of Filipinos, okay? All right, I guarantee you that. And you don't have to agree, Marilyn. I said that's my take, okay? He said, not a fan of that guy, David Bond. He's a creep. I never watched his videos. I'm just saying, though, what he's doing is not illegal. It's not something that somebody wants to come and push him to the authorities, because they're going to look at his videos and see the same thing. They tried to do me that way. And the people, they're going to look through the channel like they look through mine. They're trying to find out, hey, is this guy really exploiting women and human trafficking? All you got to do is watch 2 or 3 of my videos and you see that's not the case. But because you're in the Philippines, they can do that over and over. Because I asked the guy, I said, what can I do to stop it? He said, I can do something to help it. And I went out and got an affidavit, and they put it on file in their office, telling about my channel and what it's all about, who I am and everything like that. But, you know, those guys aren't doing anything illegal. The guys that they're catching over here don't have YouTube channels who are really, you know, pedophiles and exploiting women and children over here. They don't have YouTube channels. What these guys are doing is harassment. Yeah, you got to understand, Geechee Land, that's in your mind. It's not what you're thinking, it's what they're thinking. You can't be flirting. You don't want to flirt with these women over here like that. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, don't do that. He said it makes us look bad as foreigners. But I tell you what, you know what makes us look bad as foreigners? When we come over here and lay down and give away all our money and start being ignorant. That's what makes us look bad, because that's what they're paying attention to. Okay, because what he's doing or supposed to be doing, you can go on Walking Street and then Mango Square and all that and see all that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And Filipinos know this. What makes us look bad is when we come over here and start buying up all this land and building these women houses that we don't know, giving away all our money. That makes us look worse because people are seeing that. Now they come to expect that. A house and a lot now is what a woman expects over here when you start dealing with her. It's like, lady, I don't even know you. I don't have no financial responsibility for you. If you don't have any financial responsibility for anybody over here, you don't spend that kind of money on them under no circumstances. If they want to live with you and you want to bring them along with you, okay, that's fine. But if you're not married, you don't have children with her, what are you going to buy a house for? I don't care how much money you got. It doesn't make sense. That's what makes us look bad, Ryan. That's what makes us look bad. Because the average man who comes over here doesn't have that kind of money. You're putting that expectations on our backs. That stuff that he's purportedly doing, they already expect us to do that. King God, I think somebody better sleep 1 hour in the night. No, Merlin knows that I don't. I don't sugarcoat it. She's got her opinion. I got mine. He says, LMCC007 says, lots of people travel in the Philippines without guides. As long as you avoid central Mindanao and maybe far west Mindanao, you should be okay. Well, we're not talking about that. We're saying that we're not talking about you need a guide. Some of these guys who have visited me need someone to hold their hand. Okay, they're not ready for over here. You know, I'm just telling you that you can't just be wandering around in the Philippines. Somebody's going to eventually notice you wandering around, okay? Because that's what a lot of people are doing. That's why the little time that I got with Geechee Land, I'm trying to coach him. You're not in Chicago. I don't care what you are thinking in your mind. You're wandering around. You're not paying attention. You got that phone in your face, and it could be trouble. You don't need a tour guide over here. If you can handle yourself, you know. But some guys who came over, they absolutely need a tour guide. They absolutely need somebody to hold their hand, because they watch these videos over and over for years and years, and they haven't learned a damn thing. How much to pay the taxi driver? How much to tip? Geechee Land gets out of the damn taxi like it's free. Leaves me to pay. I don't care, because I know he don't know. But he's getting out, walking to wherever he's going. You know, a couple of times I had to say, hey, look, man, stop. You got to pay this man. This is what I'm talking about. Hey, Mr. More Scientific says, hello, I'm Mr. C. That David Bond is just the tail end of a bell curve. So basically, to each his own. Yeah, that's right. It's the people you don't see that we don't see. The problem I have with a lot of viewers, because you can't choose your viewers, we're not smart enough to see that YouTubers are just, I mean, we're not even enough to even scratch the surface of people over here and what's going on over here. Okay, so don't you take that with a grain of salt when you see stuff like that. I mean, that's just how it is. Don't think that the Filipino authorities are not watching too if he's really doing something bad. But he's not. These are grown women, okay, because now they're trying to come after the regular guy and different things like that. These women are grown. They know what they're doing. They're not going to let you take advantage of them. More than likely, you're going to be the one getting taken advantage of. They know this country a whole lot better than you do. No, he don't wander around. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. When I'm talking about wandering around, I'm talking about you're not paying attention. You don't know what's going on around you. Okay? No, he's far from that. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. She's the best one. Some guys need the woman at the airport. Others don't. If you think that you're going to have a problem, have them meet you at the airport. You know, Geechee Land, be quiet, okay? I got concerns about you, man. That's why I'm with you, okay? Marilyn can see it. You know, she's worried about you, okay? Just be careful. I'm glad that you're going to your next expose where you're going to be safe and protected there. But when you leave there, it's like, what's going on after that? He said, when I started making videos, that I never even watched any Philippine bloggers until recently. I'm just doing province life and commentaries in my small corner. You get a lot of viewers, man. Yeah, and I'm thankful for it. And eventually, if you catch on, you're going to get a lot of viewers. Okay? Because remember, you're saying you're just getting a small amount right now because you're not on the algorithm. Algorithm hasn't picked up on you yet. But once it does, it'll shove you out there and you won't know what hit you. Because I watched I can't remember watching many videos before I started my channel, but I knew that they weren't talking to me. I'm like, this isn't the Philippines I live in. It's too sugary. You're leaving out too much stuff. There's no common sense in their commentaries or whatever it is. I mean, I couldn't relate to anybody. I was relating to Black Filipino at one time, but then he changed totally. And I was like, well, and then I seen Vagabond Wakes call me one time. And I did an interview with him. And he said, Calvin, a lot of people like what you had to say. You know, and this just kind of stayed in my head because I said, well, hell, YouTube owes me $50. I had like $53. They owed me like $47. I said, I'm just going to go on here and get my $47 so they can pay me because the payout is $100. I had no intentions on being on here 3 years later, 50,000 people, 250 watching on. You just never know that's going to happen. But the price comes with that because you're on the radar now. And if you're not able to handle it, see, I'm from the hood, man. I grew up in the West End of Louisville. What these clowns are trying to do is nothing to me. They don't understand the hardships I faced in my life. For somebody to make a 15-minute stalking video about me is nothing. You'll never say it to my face. You know, you're never going to say it to my face. That's why I'll be in English City October 28th. it give all of you guys up in that way who don't like me a chance to talk to me man to man, face to face. Let me know what it is about me you don't like. But that stuff doesn't bother me. They don't know what I've been through, but some guys, they can't handle that. You know what living as a crack addict is for 12 years? Do you think a troll on here is gonna bother me? Man, y'all don't know me. I'd say the stuff for other guys who are coming up, you know. And when I see them doing it to people, and by me living over here in the Philippines on and off for 14 years, I know the smallest thing can get you killed over here. And a lot of what they're doing, when Filipinos start watching it, it could rub the wrong person the wrong way, and you can get somebody hurt. It's not worth it. It's like, get a life, man. You know, make some real videos. Frank Ellis says, I don't know why guys do crazy stuff like what you say, Cal. I would be too damn scared to go homeless and broke in the Philippines. That would literally break me. Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. I feel safe over here, but I don't feel protected. This is true freedom, man, where everything rides on you and the decisions you make. You got to use common sense. You're not at home. Nobody's going to save you over here. So if you want to come over here and spend up all your money, you know, being a big shot and trying to impress people over here, it's on you. But when you go broke, because it's going to happen, it's happened to so many guys, they don't have YouTube channels. They're over here and you see them. I would never do a video on it unless I'm going to help them. But you see it. They're sitting in front of churches and, you know, laying on the ground. And because they came over here at one point with money. It takes money to come over here. RLBRV says, regular guy was in the Philippines in the late 90s. Had a Pinay girlfriend from Culinary. Yeah, he said he was in, the only reason, he told me, he said, the only reason, Calvin, that I was in South Korea because it was closer to the Philippines. I wanted to live here. I wanted to be here. That's what he told me. But he's not doing anything wrong. I mean, it's nothing for somebody to come after him like that because it could get him in trouble. You know, he travels by himself. Hey, thanks, Captain Trucker. You know, I'm just trying to use common sense. You know, I don't want people to come over here and get bum rushed or ambushed. RBRB says Philippine September inflation 6.1%. So it's creeping back up. I know rice is up 40%, man. Believe it or not. Now we deal with racism in America. They deal with racism over here. There's a lot of shit going on with rice right now in the Philippines, guys. Rice is expensive. It's out the roof, man. Well, we were paying $1,000. 1,000 pesos for it now, 1,400. But what can you do? Okay, wait. Hold on. Which one is yours? This one? Merlin, yeah. And see, that's the little stuff I like to tell people. See, RVRV, he comes on here with information. This is great information right here that's important. Because people ask me about inflation all the time. You'll see it when you go to the grocery store and different places like that. But if you go to the wet market, at one point, believe it or not, how much was onions was 600 pesos per kilo here. I don't know what happened there, but it was 600 pesos per kilo onions. People couldn't even afford to buy one little onion. It was too expensive. He said, do I belong in the Philippines or nursing homes? I did a video on that. A lot of guys are choosing the Philippines because they're not really at that point of being in a nursing home for real. But your family and those social workers over there will put you there because they'll say, okay, I ain't got to deal with him no more. I'll let the nursing home staff deal with it. But people don't understand when you go to nursing home in the United States, I'm an insurance agent. I've dealt with it so many times. They become your power of attorney. They take all your money. They give you $40 per month or something like that. That's what they were giving my cousin. If you got a house, they take over that. Unless you made plans 5 years. I think it used to be in the state of Kentucky, you had to make those type of decisions 5 years prior to going into the nursing home, or you couldn't, use that out. Are they going to take it? So a lot of guys are saying, hey, I can still think for myself. I'm a little slower, but hell, I'd rather, have a beautiful young woman taking care of me than Big Shirley stinking, smelling like the club last night and all that, dealing with me. But exchange rate is 56.66. He was talking about inflation, which is important. Yeah, but it's a lot better over here. You don't want a Western-ass Filipino. You don't want her. That's their job. W. Calvin, does YouTube add to your stress level in a sense that you always have to always be on and think of your next move? No, because it comes naturally to me. People don't understand. The only time I'm on YouTube like I am now is when I do live streams. And I do this for my viewers and subscribers to get to know me. Like the video I did today, I literally spent however long it was. That's how long I spent on it. And the reason I cut it up like I did is because I wanted to actually show y'all the places where I was talking about. But normally, like if you look at my video yesterday, I do it raw, it's uncut. There's no stress to it. If it was a stress, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be doing it for 3 years. And when you see people, the only people who are stressed are the ones who don't know what they're doing. They're trying hard. See, you really can't try to get money all the time. When you do that, that makes stress. You just got to let it happen. It's either going to happen or it's not. Because remember, YouTube is on a rotating 28-day cycle. They don't care what you did yesterday. It's like, what have you done for me lately? You could have 1 million views, right? On the 29th day, that 1 million views is going to drop off. You might still then you're going to get paid for the 1 million views, everything that comes after that million. You're not going to keep getting paid for that 1 million views over and over and over. Thanks for that super chat, Captain Trucker. He says, take care of yourself. Don't worry about everyone's negative criticism and noise. Keep encouraging people and try to attract the good foreigners out here. Have a good day, everyone. Yeah, that's what I do. I get excited about that sometimes because remember I tell you when you come to the Philippines, a lot of stuff's not going to make sense to you. It'll never make sense because it's not supposed to. And that's one of the things that doesn't make sense to me. Why do you target foreign bloggers? I mean, we're scrutinized more than anybody else on the planet. It's like, it's just their game. And when I see innocent people taking hits like that, because I've been through it, it's like, when is it ever going to stop? It's going to stop when y'all stop clicking on that bullshit, man. You're not learning anything from these people. No, it's not no hustle. Yeah, it's not no hustle. Yeah, you better be able to hustle. There ain't no serious hustle. Now when 8% of people are getting monetized, it's not a hustle, guys. This is what Filipino bloggers, we get looked at as hustlers. Frank, you're not right about it. It's not a hustle. If you're able to create a YouTube channel, guys, listen to this. Okay, there's no I don't have a production crew. It's just me behind the camera. If you're able to do that, hold an audience, continue to earn money off of that, that's a talent. That's not a hustle. But we're so disrespected because we're in the Philippines. If we were anywhere else doing what we're doing, man, it's a legitimate, go on Google and just click the top YouTubers and tell me it's a hustle. Shit, these people know what they're doing. Yeah, you get no damn royalties. But it surely ain't no hustle. Yeah, but it's really not a crab in a bucket because most of the people don't care what we do. They like what we do. They're not trying to bring us down. But you don't see Filipino vloggers getting hit like that, either from Filipinos or from foreigners. It's just us. Like we're taking money from the Philippines. Every penny I earn comes from outside the Philippines. I don't earn anything here. I give half of my money away. They never tell you that. They never tell you that. But all they got to do is go to my Facebook page, go all the way through it for 3 years and count up how much money I've given away. We've given away, basically. Okay? It's hard to do, man. It's not an easy thing to do. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody's trying to do it. Over here, you see people with cameras, phones. They're trying to crack the YouTube code. It's hard, guys. It's hard. I was very naive about it. It just happened for me. But does it bring me stress? No, it doesn't. Because I've saved my money. I'm on top of this thing. If YouTube went down today, so what? Eventually, my money's going to go. But guess what? I got enough to slide in until I'm 62. That's my plan. See, I get money every month from my insurance business. I was taking care of 6 people. And the reason I haven't done a video about it, I just mentioned it to you, I'm $1,400 a month. The only reason I haven't done a video on that because it was easy for me to do because it was a lockdown. We couldn't go anywhere. Is it like a blueprint? Yeah, it could be a blueprint. We couldn't go to Boracay. We couldn't go to Panglao Baja. We had to stay right there in San Carlos City. And I was able to do it long before my YouTube channel. And even for the first 6 months of my YouTube channel, I never earned a penny other than what people were sending me for support. Okay? And see, I'll never forget that. Tom Freeman says, Cal, you should start an expat mental health fitness group over there. That's a great thing. But, here's the thing. It sounds good. And that's really what I've got on my live streams. This is an expat mental health group right here. This is it. Because when they get over here, they stop watching YouTube, which is what they're supposed to do. Okay? But most guys, they don't want to be bothered when they get over here. Most people who come over here, I'm a man, I can handle this by myself until they figure out they can't. And they end up going home. Yeah, see, because it's not true. That's not true. See, she missed the point like a bunch of the dumb people missed the point. He said, Sharon Lapu took a dig at you bringing up your bar girl makes the best wives. I thought you guys were friends. Well, she's a friend of mine. I have nothing against anybody. You got to ask her. But anybody with a half a brain can watch that video and know exactly what I'm saying. See, these are the people who try to get at you. Oh, you said this. Y'all know exactly what I said. I said that bar girls have the same qualities as all the Filipinos that we've fallen in love with. And you can't tell a bar girl from a regular Filipina, or Filipino you meet online. That's why guys end up marrying bar girls. They meet them online. They don't know the difference. How are you going to know the difference? They got the same qualities. They got that same cute face, same cute body. They wear the same clothes. They eat the same foods. They talk the same language as Black Grandpa. That's the whole point of that video. But you can't choose your viewers. They'll take something like that because they can't create organic content. And they all, he said it's okay to marry a bar girl. Well, how do you know that the woman you with now wasn't a bar girl? There's bar girls in San Carlos City right now that you guys are dating. And I'm seeing it with my own eyes. And I did that video long before this. I'm looking at them like, did you know these guys think I'll just be on YouTube babbling? Dude, I'm not babbling. I know what I'm talking about. A lot of men used to marry bar girls. That's all they had. They, these servicemen, all we knew about the Philippines was what they were telling us. There was no Sunshine Shoulders back in 1980. You learned about the Philippines through the eyes of the serviceman. They were marrying bar girls. And a lot of them are still married to this day, have children, because you got to understand, bar girls, to them, it's just a job. We're the ones who go all crazy about it. But that video went over the trolls' heads. It was just easy for them to take it. Like, look what Calvin said. He said it's okay to marry a bar girl. No, I didn't. I said, you don't know the difference between a bar girl and a dating site girl. It's very little difference, really. Let her take that uniform off and put them little short shorts, them skinny jeans and them little tops they get from the okay. Let her walk around the mall or the marketplace. You ain't gonna know. You don't know who's a bar girl and who's not. Some of the women that Marilyn showed me and says she used to be a bar girl, it blew me away. I couldn't believe it. But we're dating them because you don't know the difference. There's no splashing red light that's saying, oh, I was a bar girl before. But I don't have nothing against sharing Lapu Lapu at all, other than the fact I'm flabbergasted. Like, lady, I helped put you on the map. I put you on the map. If it's not for me, you're still out there swimming around in that YouTube universe with the other 92% of the people. No one would have ever saw your channel, ever. That's all I'm saying. And then you're going to stab me in my back because I won't do a video with you. I was going to do an interview with her. But Marilyn was sick. So I had to come home from Cebu earlier than I thought. She took that, man, and wrote me. I still got the email. But I don't have anything against sharing Lapu Lapu. I don't want any trouble over here. He says, King Arthur says, one of my Marine Corps buddies married a bar girl, and they are still happily married for almost 60 years. See, but they think I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's not that. It's just that a bar girl has the same qualities that we've fallen in love with the rest of the Filipinos. They're feminine. They're fit. They're, submissive to an end. They're the same women. It's just that one works in the bar and one works in the mall. And see, a lot of Air Force guys marry bar girls. I had a cousin, my first cousin, married a bar girl. He was in the Air Force. He was stationed over in the Philippines. He married a bar girl. They're not still together, but she's still in North Carolina. Yeah, see, this is the thing. You're hitting on something, Anthony. You're exactly right. Over here, guys, look, okay, remember John of NJ Cebu Tours, okay? We're riding around and he tells me the story about the German guy who got beat up. He had went out and got two bar girls and took some Viagra and got to acting crazy. And anyway, they beat him up. And I was like, well, why did they beat him up? They were bar girls, John. He said, well, we don't look at it like that. We know it's a job. We know that she's just doing what she has to do to take care of her family. See, he explained it to me right then and there. That's around the time I made the video when he told me that. He was like, to you, okay, she's a bar girl, and whatever your definition of a bar girl is to us, it's just a job. And you're not gonna disrespect her. And that's what he said. And those guys off the street, those guys that hang around, what they call them, standbys, they kicked his ass and he got deported for dealing with bar girls, okay? Yeah, I mean, you're not going to tell the difference. But if you're a troll, you're going to take that and say, you know, the reason I named the video Bar Girls Make Good Housewives, because you don't know who you're married to. I'm talking about the qualities of these women, is what I'm talking about. It's the same qualities that made you fall in love with the Filipino you're with now. Frank Tate said, Calvin will help anybody that needs his help. I know it is a fact, absolutely. Because somebody helped me when I needed help. You know, absolutely. I built a guest house. Okay, people don't give me credit for that stuff. I don't need you to validate me. But I'm saying, if you're going to throw all them arrows at me about bad stuff, at least highlight the good stuff I've done. Okay, imagine you can get off the plane, come to my house and stay for 2 nights for free, just to get, you know, rest up. You know, we're going to feed you. We're going to do all that. Who else is going to do that? To let your pockets cool down, because from the time you get off the plane to the time you leave, you're going to spend. I'm sorry to tell you that. And everybody that's been over here knows that. Hey, Franz, what's going on? Yeah, you're welcome, man. You know, that's the least we can do. You know. Yeah, I mean, he says bar girls are just like any other Filipino. They're just trying to survive. I've dated a couple. Okay, the day before they walked into that bar and started working, they were just like the woman you're married to. Okay? Yeah, you can't tell the difference. That's the whole point of my video. See? But y'all let them take it and turn it into something else. You got guys on other channels. I was on he shut the guy down. Well, no, remember, you know O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? A big blogger. He shared one of my videos, and don't you know in the comments some guys are, oh, I'm not going to listen to him because he says it's okay to marry bar girls. Stupid fool, you never even watched that video. But he's all over there, right? Then that man's comments, this man got like almost 400,000 subscribers, a million views. You know, Timothy Bright says, if you heard any men ask any of the Asian women if they were former bar girls, they're not going to ask. That's why you're not going to know, Timothy. They're not going to even ask the woman. The only thing we'll ask the woman is the easy question. Are you married? Do you have kids? That's it. Anything else we're not going to do. We're not going to say, hey, you know, have you ever had an STD before? Have you ever, you know, has a man ever beat you before? Anything. Have you ever been to jail? Do you use drugs? We don't ask them any of that stuff like that. So we certainly not going to ask them, hey, have you ever worked in a bar? And if they did, most of them are going to tell you no, because they know that you don't know the difference. And you don't say, oh, I know because she pulls down her pants. I know. No, you won't. You think you know. Get your line said, that's true. I appreciate the guest house. Yeah, you can appreciate it, man. And anybody that's ever traveled around the Philippines, you can appreciate that. Because you're not paying $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 a night. You know what, Geechee Line, he ate chicken wings yesterday. He said, Calvin, this is the first chicken wings I've had in the Philippines since I was at your house. Okay. And some of the best adobo he's ever going to eat. It was all for free. You said I had a background check done on that. How do you do that? Maybe you can. Well, why don't you do that, Geeky Line? He said, why don't I go ahead and do a vlog about the questions a man should ask, but don't? I did a video, something like that before. Is that your phone? I hear it.
What's yours?
That's not my phone. That's not my phone. Yeah, it is. It is. Somebody's trying to call me, but I can't answer it. Yeah, he said, go date one and find out. He said, what's the difference between a bar girl and an easy girl and an easy woman in the U.S.? Nothing. These guys know what. Yeah, he said, free adobo is the best. Yeah, but Merlin's mother can really make some great adobo. I mean, the sauce is so good, you could pour it on top of pancakes. Yeah, but Al Rogan, you don't understand. Most of the bar girls, they come from the province. Where do you think they're coming from? They're coming from Samar and different places like that. These are beautiful women, and they end up in the bar because y'all don't understand how tough it is over here. It's a real struggle over here. And once you're over here for a little while and you experience the struggle, you can see it up close, you'll respect these women a whole lot more. It's not the same as a woman in America. Imagine a prostitute in America can go get a job tomorrow. She's made some choices to be out there. She's either on drugs or something, right? A lot of these women, they're just regular women. They're trying to help feed their families, take care of their babies. That's simply what they're doing, and they know it's an easy way to do it. Somebody's told them it's easy. But we come over here judging them, thinking we know where they're coming from. You have no idea where they come from. And a lot of you guys are saving women, so pat yourself on the back. You're saving them from the bar. They got one foot in the bar and one foot in the dating site, if you want to be honest. So you snatch them up and you save them from the bar. So pat yourself on the back right now. But she was on her way to the bar, a lot of them, until you saved her. Let's be honest, guys. It's the nitty gritty. But y'all want to say, oh, he's stupid, like I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about over here, man. Yeah, he said, that adobo I would pay for in a restaurant, served with the blue drink. I know you would. And all you can eat. Okay, all you can eat. And they serve it like a real, like you're the guest of honor. Tell them that. Don't leave that part out. Marilyn's laughing because she knows it's true. They serve you like you're the guest of honor. You don't have to do nothing. Just wash your damn hands and sit down. They're going to do everything else. Yeah, that's what it means by be our guest. He said, Calvin, make more videos about men's health. Yeah, I am. But the one thing, the basic thing, Tom, we don't listen to is ask the girl, take your girl to the doctor. Okay? Take the girl to the doctor. He said, Cal, we need more people like you. Oh, man, that's a compliment. Thanks, man. Well, okay, what would you rather have? Frank Tate said, let's be honest. This is true, though. He knows what he's talking about. He says, you meet a fine Filipino. You're not going to ask her questions that will hurt her feelings and make her not like you. Yeah, not the first day, right? But at some point, you got to ask the questions, especially, just general questions. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because here's the Filipino. She's going to ask you, So when she asks you, just it's an easy way, just ask her. Yeah, but I'm just telling you the truth. We save them, and it doesn't have to be a simp. Okay, you don't know that she was one day from checking into Scooters over here in English City because she got the notification bell, and you saved her on Filipina Heaven or whatever the name of the uh, website was. It's tough over here, and that's what you have to respect when you get over here. It's really, really tough. Hey, thanks, Brian. The Eating Warrior for the super chat said the Filipinos really show you their love through their cooking. Nothing tastes better than Filipinos food cooked with love. Can't put a price on that. Her mother gets a kick out of it. She gets a thrill out of it. When I got guests over there and I asked her to cook for them, man, she does. She puts it all in there, Ryan. Even for me. See, Merlin don't even cook for me anymore, really. If her mother's not there, she does, every now and then, but for the most part, honey, your mother will ask me, when I get up in the morning, the mother's already up. She'll say, what's your breakfast, Calvin? She'll say that. Or what's your lunch? Or this and that, right? Because you're in there, getting movie ready or whatever.
Excuse me.
But, Merlin cooks, though. Merlin's a good cook, too, because she learned it from her mother. Her mother's a great cook, though. Because when she makes certain dishes, man, you're not going to taste it anywhere else. You go, okay, like, they got this dish called humba, and it's made out of pork. It's got all kind of stuff, and it's really good, okay? It's got, like, what, bananas, and this might sound crazy to you till you taste it. It's got pineapples, all kinds of different stuff. It's like a sweet taste to it, right? Her mother makes some of the best that you ever taste. But then I went here in Debunking to the, what's the name of that restaurant we go to all the time? Lantau. And I ordered the same thing. You get about this much, first of all, about that much. All right? And it's nothing like what her mother made. I was like, are you sure because when they brought it, I thought it was something else. I said, hey, lady, I didn't order this. I wanted humba. She's like, that's it. But, when people when they talk about, the food here is not good, it's because you haven't had the right cooks or you just haven't went to the right place, man. The Philippines, they don't have the choices that Thailand has, but there's places here where you can go get great food. If you're in Cebu, if you're in Lapu-Lapu, go to the Morning Glory Grill, okay? And then thank me now. And then tell me so people can quit saying that, it's a Filipino food and this and that, okay? Go there. Well, I really couldn't answer you this. He said the Filipino bar girls scam tourists like Thailand bar girls do. I don't know. I've never dealt with a bar girl that I knew of. Okay. But they don't have to be bar girls. Turn on Rafi Tufo. You can answer, he can answer that question. You'll see them on there. And these aren't bar girls, these are regular girls. Well, and I don't call it scamming, T. Williams. When you voluntarily give a woman your money, it's not a scam. Okay, if she doesn't do what she said she was going to do, then, she lied. But it's not a scam. A scam is, it's when you're unbeknownst, when something's done to you without your knowledge. If I go stick like on my walk, 3 of my credit cards were stolen. Okay, and somebody used them. That's a scam. They got my information some kind of way. That's a scam right there. The only reason I knew is because I was going to send some money to Maryland to buy some stuff, drinks and stuff like that. And I looked on there and I was like, wow, they had bought an $875 Prada purse. And so it set up a red flag. That's a scam. It's not a scam when you come over here and then you buy a woman a house online and then you find out she's married later on. Yeah, I would. I'm going to do that. This is a great idea. I never thought to even do this. To sit there and film your mother or you from the time you start the dish to the time it's finished. That is a good idea. Manny says, what are the 2 best months of the year to visit the Philippines? I would say February and March, really. Well, no, not March. I would say January and February because March is the summer, man. Certainly, if you don't like the heat and humidity, don't come in May. But right now we're in El Nino, if it's still on. Is it still on?
Not really.
Not really, but when I was doing that walk, it was as hot. But really, it really doesn't matter, really, to be honest with you. Especially those places you're talking about. Because they're not along Typhoon Alley. Now, the valve they have a lot of earthquakes over that way. There was just one the other day, 6.7 in that region. I didn't feel it. They said you could feel it all the way in San Carlos. I didn't feel it. He said, cute don't last, cooking does. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. I like a lot of things that they do that it's just these little things that Filipinos do that you're not used to doing, a woman doing for you. And cooking is one of them. I mean, women cook for you over there, but they're cooking for everybody. When they especially do it for you, it makes you feel special. It's just little things that they'll do. That they'll wash your clothes. The woman over there is not going to wash your clothes. She's going to throw them in the washing machine and do it. I mean, when you're talking about cooking with love, they'll wash your clothes with love. Even if you got duty stains in your damn drawers, they're not going to say anything. They're just going to soak them and wash them. It's little stuff like that that really turns me on, man. I like that kind of stuff. You going to go out of your way to wash my clothes by hand? And then, it's just little stuff like that. Believe it or not, I can't even remember. And TJ answered that question. He said, now the worst months, he says November, December. This is why I'm telling Geechee Land, he's going to clothing. He needs to be careful. But I can't remember. Okay, I was married to my American wife for 18 years. Imagine that. I can't remember us ever taking a shower together. Certainly her not washing me down. In Maryland, especially now we don't do it. We do it more now because we go to the gym together. But we had stopped because, the kids, we didn't have a reason to. But whenever, we're here and stuff like that, we'll take a shower together. And Maryland will wash me down, man. And it's just little stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to get off here because we're going to check. We got to pack our clothes. We got to go check for our visas, make sure they're done, and then make that long trip back, which it doesn't seem nothing to me, okay, anymore. When I did that walk, now when I'm on the bus, it's like, it goes just like that. My whole perspective about riding the bus from Debunking to St. Carlos is changed. It's disappeared. It's nothing now. Because I remember every step of the way. Yeah, he says, and bar girls will do the same thing, wash your clothes and cook meals. Yeah, you know, I'm glad that somebody understands what that video is about because it's too old, guys. I mean, that's old news, and anybody with half a brain knew what I was talking about. Just like when I did the 4L. See, that's another thing I didn't like when they jumped on that 4L as if I invented that. It was my answer to the 4M. Okay, that's all it was. Everybody knows they've heard of find them, feed them, fuck them, and forget them. Who hasn't heard of that? Okay, but they made it out of something else. They try to make it into something that could get me hurt and possibly killed. And Sharon Lapu did that too. And I was like, why are y'all doing this? I mean, why would, you know, we're a YouTube community. I want what's in your best interest. I want you to win. Okay? But it's kind of made me hesitant about helping people. A big YouTuber wanted me to interview him, but at the last minute, I said, no, I'm not going to do it because, you know, the ulterior motive I didn't like. I didn't like it. See, people know that I've got the best viewers and subscribers. I've got the best base on YouTube. If you need help, we're going to help you. And people know that. So they'll come to me, oh, let me interview. No, that's okay. Because I don't want to be a part of that. Okay. I know why there's bigger channels over here. As a matter of fact, your channel's twice as big as mine. You have 10 to 20 times more viewers. Why are you coming to me? Because they don't have the base that I have. They're just out there talking. They don't have the community we have, guys. Don't take it for granted. We've built a great community here. We look after each other's back. We take care of each other. That's why those meet and greets are so great. You don't know who you're going to meet there. You're going to meet somebody there who can change your life. But y'all won't show up. Okay? But they know that if I say, hey, let's, you know, here this man is, you know, he's strong, you know, he's ran into some difficulties over here. Let's help get him back home. They know that you will do that. So now they're trying to come to me, and I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm not going to do it. Okay, because I know there's ulterior motives. And they told me the ulterior motives before. And I just changed my mind. But we've built a great community here, guys. Don't take it for granted. You're not going to find it anywhere else. And I really appreciate it. So thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support of Sunshine Shoulders. Because I don't ever take it for granted. You dirty puppy, that's my buddy from San Carlos. He says, the reason I have the mystery window looking nowhere in our master CR is on purpose. It looks to the dirty kitchen, but our hot showers haven't. Yeah, see, I don't have a hot shower because the water pressure where I am is not strong enough. Now, where you are, you dirty puppy, it is. It's really, really strong. I had a friend over there that said, Calvin, when they cut my water on, when he moved into the house, they had to have the water cut off. It was so strong that it blew the fixtures out. Because, important people live over there where you live, you dirty puppy. Chuck Spash, thanks for that super chat. He said, thanks for another informative and humorous live stream to Calvin. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I got to get off of here. By the time we get packed up and check on Geechee Lion, get him together, because he's in there, going, he's like he's in the Matrix. Everything he do, it'll be 12 o'clock. We have to check out. So take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.